Hello, my name is Ken Ballard Jr. I'm the pastor here at Encounter Community Church, and welcome back to The Weekly, where you'll get weekly dose of encouragement to uplift and enhance your life. And before I begin, I want to do something first, and that is apologize. I want to apologize to my family for the intro. And I want to say thank you to you for going through the intro and still being here with me right now. I appreciate you for sticking it out. But I do want to ask that question. Who are you? Who are you? Because it really is vital. You know, again, we've been doing this series where we're talking about resolutions and changes happening in our lives, and we're looking at moving from 2019 to 2020 and trying to make changes for our lives in 2020. And one of the things that we also have a tendency, last week we talked about finding your why. So if you didn't see last week's yet, please go back and see last week's, and hopefully I can actually say it again. But this week I want to focus on another one of the W's, and that is who. That is who. See, again, we're being motivated. This series is motivated by a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And it's a great book on change and seeing healthy change happen in our lives. So I want to encourage you to go out and pick it up if you have not done so as of yet. Great book, easy read, but it's one of those books I think really can be life-changing. Not necessarily a Christian book, but it is a great book. So with that in mind, here's one of the things that he talks about. He says a lot of times when it comes to seeing change happen in our lives for resolutions, we tend to focus on the what, right? What is it that we want to change? And here is something that he says is really interesting. He says, if you really want to see change happen, don't focus on the what you want to change, but focus on who you want to be. Don't focus on what you want to change, but focus on who you want to be. Change who you want to be, and you'll begin to change what it is that you do. So I'll give you an example. If someone offers you a cigarette, and you're trying to quit smoking, that's your New Year's resolution, and they offer you a cigarette, you could say, you know what? Sorry, I no longer smoke. So that's one way that you can say it. Or the way that James Clear would encourage you to say it is he would say this, no thanks, I'm no longer a smoker. Do you see the difference? I no longer smoke. I am no longer a smoker. See, I've changed my identity simply by changing my wording. When you're at that work party and there is that piece of carrot cake, which happens to be my favorite, you know, right next to it is an orange. You know, maybe you might want to say, I'm not eating the carrot cake, or you could say, I am a healthy person, so therefore I'm choosing to eat the orange. See the difference? So the question is, rather than focusing on what you want to change, focus on who you are. Over the next couple weeks, we're going to talk about identity and why identity is so important when it comes to seeing change happen in your life. But again, when you've made a commitment to Jesus, here's what Jesus says in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. It says, he who is in Christ is a brand new creation. Behold, the old is gone. He has been made new. You know that saying? God is saying, once you've made the commitment to him, he's changed your identity. And now that your identity has been changed, you can begin to live out the habits that you want to see yourself live out and who you ultimately can become. Now, will it take some work? Absolutely. Is it going to take some change? Absolutely. Is it instantaneous? No. Again, go back to what I talked about, making the 1% change, 1% change, 1% change. I talked about that a couple weeks ago. But I just want to encourage you to just begin to dive into that one simple question. Who are you? Rather than changing what you do, change who you are. Change who you are. Well, I hope that this has been an encouragement to you. If so, go to our Facebook page, like us there. If you're watching on YouTube, right next to me is our logo. You can click that. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And again, make sure you click the little bell so you get notifications wherever we post anything new. And then also, if you're watching on IGTV, head over to our profile, like us there, follow us there. Again, it's just a great way for you to be updated when we post new things. It'll be on your feed as well. And with that, I've been saying this, and I want to say this again. I would love to know what your New Year's resolution is. I know that by the time you're watching this, we're well into 2020, but still, I would love the chance to be able to pray for you and for your resolution. And if you have faltered, it's not too late. Get back up again. Figure out who you are and continue to live out this race, because it can be done, and 2020 can be the year of your change. And I would love the chance to be able to pray for you. So what's your resolution? And how can I be praying for you? And also, if you would like even more doses of encouragement, or maybe something a little bit more in depth, we've started a podcast. In our previous podcast, we used to just take our messages and just repost our messages. But since then, over the last few weeks, we've changed the way that we do the podcast. And so what we'll do is we'll take a couple of nuggets, we'll dig into those, and then we'll talk about them and see how we can implement them and apply them to our lives. It's a refreshing way to look at a message as well. So if you love podcasts, then what you could do is you can head over to our website. Also, I'll post a link below. You can click that, you can go right to our website. And then that way you can be able to see our podcast there. You can start listening to them there. And if you subscribe to podcasts, just look for our logo. You'll find our logo, the big E. Find our logo under Encounter Community Church, and you can subscribe to our podcast there. And if this has been an encouragement to you, please share it with a friend to uplift and encourage their lives as well. And if you find yourself in North Torrance on a Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m., we would love to have you come out and join us for one of our services. Well, take care. God bless you. And we'll see you once again next week.